honestly in a space where I feel like God wants me to be brutally honest with where I am. And I felt like I've been being honest about my situation, but there's a lot that I really haven't told you yet. Hey beautiful people, this is Ariel from My Healing Prescription, a soft place to land for all things healing. Welcome to another episode of Let Her Cook, a Pruning Season Series. So to be honest, I had a whole plan about today and what I wanted to record. However, I think God wants me to sit down and just talk to you guys. This is not going to be one of those long drawn out videos. It's just sharing where I am, a part of my testimony and a part of my situation right now, so that when I do come back and share my testimony about where I've come from, you already know where I started. So basically, right now, I'm just not happy. Right now, I'm doing my absolute best to make sure that I'm positioning myself to win, right? I'm working on my faith. I'm doing this 30-day pruning season series, and I'm doing this series in a time where I really want to sit my butt down. I really want to isolate myself and actively making a decision to want to share this information about what's going on in my life instead of isolating in getting out the camera, getting out the way, going back into my shell. It's really hard for me. It's helping me as far as motivating me, but I'm getting to the point where my faith is getting a little weary. So I know I talked about God help me with my unbelief. I don't have a doubt in my mind that things are going to shift and that things are going to change. I know that God is going to change it. I'm in a space now as well where I'm learning how to walk in my authority, as in God gave me the authority and the power to speak on things and speak to things. But I've been speaking to my finances. I've been speaking to my mental health, and some things are not shaking the way that I need them to shake and move. Life looks like it's not progressing. For the first time ever, last night, I had a meeting with myself and I spoke to wisdom. Now, this sounds crazy. I 100% understand, but I had a meeting with myself last night and I spoke to wisdom. I spoke to my finances and provision. I talked to money and I said, we all need to work together. I spoke to God and I was just practicing my authority and speaking life into my situations. And I kept praying for emergency financial breakthrough and shifts. And so I kept thinking, I'm about to wake up with a whole bunch of money in my account, a refund that came from somewhere, like I'm back in college or something. But I woke up to the complete opposite. I woke up to my account for the first time ever having an overdraft fee, them taking out a maintenance fee because I didn't have any direct deposits this month. And that's $22. My car insurance went through my account and put me in a deficit of $5. So I woke up to a negative balance in my account at $27. Now, mind you, $27 ain't bad, but when you already have student loans up to like $100,000, when you already have credit cards up to a little less than $20,000, but it's, baby, it's close. But when you already have those things, it feels like I'm in a season of defeat. I haven't cried about this yet, but last night I wanted to. And things are moving. I'm experiencing motion. On my LTK account last year, the first money I made, commission sale that I had, was $1.64. And now in January, my account is at $8.65 because I just started using Pinterest as a platform to promote my LTK account and my Amazon KDP. I got sales this month. 80 cents, but from an order in November, I ended up getting paid $7.99 because somebody in the UK bought one of my Healing Journal series books. And so it's like I'm experiencing wins, but I'm also feeling the heat as far as this is feeling devastating. This is feeling like defeat. I'm really at a point where I don't even know if I want to get a job, but I might have to get a job. But why wouldn't you get a job? Because that's how you get money. But then I'm on a journey of trying to make money in different ways because I know it's possible because I've seen all these people do it. So moral of the story is I'm on this path. I'm making my mind up that I'm not going to get a job, that I'm going to stick this entrepreneurship journey out and content creator journey out. And God is going to bless this path. I have to sit here and I have to tell y'all this is where my head is at because he's going to do it. I'm not sure how, can't even tell you when. And my soul is fighting. It's fighting right now, going in and out between have faith, don't have faith, go get a job, lock in for 6 months, make some money. that is going to cause my character to shift. And that character looks like I won't be able to focus on my entrepreneurship. I've been having so many technical difficulties, y'all, in this Pruning Season Series that it's not even funny, y'all. My camera is going in and out of memory and storage. My microphone stopped working, so I had to use another microphone that I cannot stand. But I have to get this message out, and that's how I know I'm under some type of attack. It's so much going on, y'all, and so right now it's looking like I have to stay encouraged. I have to keep moving. I have to keep pressing forward. It's a challenge. I'm being challenged right now. So anywho, if I do get a job, I really feel like I won't have the capacity to stay focused on the things that God told me to stay focused on. Like this Pruning Season Series, I'm trying to knock it out. I'm trying to prep beforehand before I dish it out so that I can have all this scheduled content so that I don't have to stress about putting things out day by day by day. I've had that experience with the Why Not Bloom challenge, and that was really hard for me. I'm even having issues when it comes down to my voice. Usually when I have issues with my throat being like scratchy and itchy and about to go in and out, that means I need to listen more. And so I've been taking heed. I've been taking rest. I've been having my days where I record and then I rest for like 3-4 days to edit or something like that and playing out for the next videos. But I know that the life I want to live does not look like having a job, the 9-to-5 job. Like growing up, I did not have a, who do you want to be when you grow up? I had no idea. But I always knew that, okay, if I do social work, it's not going to look like typical social work. I always said that. It's not going to be the typical behind the desk 9-to-5 social worker. And so that can look like anything. And that can also look like, you know, content creator, social media guru, whatever, self-care guru, whatever. I want to position myself to succeed. And that does not look like being tied down by somebody telling me when I can come into work, when I can leave the job, and when I can get paid in norm. And I'm trying to try something new. And because I am forging this path, I'm not saying other people haven't done this before. I'm saying in my family, they have not seen this before. So it's hard to like keep them motivated. Like they know in their heart to hearts, when I got it, they got it. They know that. But sometimes it's hard to hear somebody say that when things are not aligning. Things ain't adding up. So I'm in a space where I'm my own hype woman. I'm hyping myself up, trying to make sure I'm good up here, good in here. My body, I'm trying to make sure I keep working out, doing what I gotta do, but I'm experiencing feelings of defeat. I'm experiencing feelings of anxiety because God, like, what's next? But I want to be very clear. In 2024, I was in a space where I was so upset and so pissed off at God. I'm not in that space. I'm not mad at God. And I also had to make sure that I'm not putting the blame on myself because yes, financially, I made some decisions that got me to this point. It was already in God's cards, right? But it had to happen like this for God to sit me down so that I could hear him clearly. It had to happen like this. So I respect it. I understand it. But it does come to a point where it's like, okay, no, our timelines don't add up. Timelines do not match. But at the end of the day, can you give me a sign? Can you let me know I'm on the right path? Can you let me know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Those signs are subtle. And I keep getting like little things to keep holding me over. But bills are still due. I am, again, in a negative balance in my checking account. My dad had to send me money. And he randomly called me like, hey, just checking on you. I live with dude. And he just randomly called to ask me that. So he sent me money because I shared that. Like, just send me $30 so I can get out of that negative 27. I have 2 credit card bills due. No one's buying anything from my skincare business. And again, I'm having doubts about me having the ability to create those products. So I'm a little stressed out about that. And then it's just like all these little things that I've never experienced before because I was so good with my money. But then God was like, if you were so good with it, then why you here? I get it. I get it. Again, I want to be clear though. There are no regrets about my 2025 when it comes down to how I spent it as far as my money and things like that. 2025 again was a celebration year. It was a celebratory year for me. I was celebrating life because I chose life. I made a decision. So now things are quieting down. That's what 2026 looks like. Now things are quieting down, and now it's time to lock in so that my 2025, which was the best year of my life, could look like that on a regular basis. Not necessarily the bad spending habits, but I did so much. I'm trying to break out of the norm. I went everybody asked me to go somewhere, I went. I was very supportive, very present, very active in a lot of people's lives and in my own. And if I wasn't feeling it, I wasn't going. And I had no regrets about that. I put my foot down in 2025. And again, no regrets about that. So I want to make sure I'm still celebrating life. And based on my past jobs, life was not celebrated in those jobs. I was never happy to a full extent in any of those jobs. So now my goal and my dream is to love my job, love what I do, and get paid a whole lot more than all of these jobs put together. And so again, I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's happening now, but I'm making my choice and I'm making my decision to stand firm when it comes down to I'm choosing entrepreneurship because I know this route is better for me. It's just learning what discipline looks like for me in this season. And I'm learning that. I can't get upset with God, and I won't. I refuse. If it's an enemy tactic to get me upset with him, let's move on, because I'm not. So I'm just at a point where I have to trust that every single thing is happening for my good. This is all making the story juicier. Even though I don't need to get any more juicy because my life is already a movie, but I wanted to be honest and share where I was at again so that y'all know when my testimony story, when my testimony vlog hit, y'all gonna understand where I came from and where I started. I've never been so low and so much in debt in my life, to the point where it's almost like, God, if you don't move, I'm about to file bankruptcy because, baby, what am I supposed to do? And then I'm even have to try and get my student loans removed because I'm exhausted already. I want to start from a blank slate, please. Then I know that's going to look bad if I'm trying to move out. So it's just like, but I guess it won't look bad if I get a lump sum of money and end up doing some type of real estate investment or something like that and live in a house that I'm investing in. I don't know. My story can be anything because again, I'm still trying to move out of my parents' house. So as y'all can imagine, I have to pay my parents back money for staying in their space, using up all their food and stuff like that, and still have enough money to move out. Y'all can do the math. I've already done the math. Before I move out, my goal is to have emergency fund, a year's worth of rent, mortgage, whatever, saved up already. So that's not even an issue because I'm not moving back into my parents' house, okay? Because once you move out, just like, please, let's move on with our lives already. My goal is to pay them back, but my goal is to at least have a good grip on my debt, as in things are getting paid off. Because if I have money saved for a year of moving out before I move out in an emergency fund, that means that credit card debt is already being handled, being taken care of. So I have these goals, but I want to make sure I'm not being too caught up on the plan because he will make things move like I never planned anything at all. So I'm actively working on my faith, stepping out of my comfort zone, doing things that I don't even know if I'm capable of, but obviously I am because God placed it on my heart. So I'm just in this very strange and weird space. And when I wake up between that 3 a.m. and 6 a.m., I pray this fourth watch prayer. I'm doing so much. I took the TV out of my room, y'all, so that I could lock in and focus on everything else. These 30 days have been a month of sacrifice for me. Haven't been drinking that much. Haven't been eating that much fried foods. Went out to eat twice. And those times I haven't paid for anything. I have not spent my money in January. The money that I received as a gift, I even tithed 10% of that. Isn't that crazy? Every dollar I get, I should be keeping it and hoarding it. But then again, God wouldn't have given me some stuff. Like, think about it. I'm in a space where if I didn't tithe, my account wouldn't have gone in overdraft. That type of stuff will have you spiraling. But I have no regrets. I'm just asking God to move expeditiously. I'm asking this situation to turn out to be all of a sudden, I found $1,000 in my bank account. Don't even know where it came from. Suddenly. Like, I need some suddenly type of action right now. Suddenly, all of a sudden, I need all of a sudden action because I don't want to keep going down this spiral. Like, how low do you want me to get, you know? How low do you want me to get? Again, I have to pay the government some taxes, but I use business money to pay off business credit cards. How low do you want me to get? I am 10 days late on that payment, but God, I'm trusting you. How low do you want me to go? How low can you go? What? Can you go down low? What? All the way to the floor? That's how I feel. So anyway, I want to encourage y'all, if y'all are lower, as low, a little above, higher than my situation, I just ask that one, you keep me in your prayers. I'm keeping you in mine, and stay the course. God blesses our plans, God blesses our paths, and he makes them straight. Stay the course. Don't compare your journey to anybody else's, because you don't know what they had to go through. We almost done. We are almost there. And once we get there, my thing is, I need to go after God the same way I went after him in this time, in this moment, in this space, in this season. So I've been creating little rule books for myself. When you make it to the top, when you make it to where money flowing in and you're not worried about where it's coming from, where you moved out of your parents' house, that means you saved all this money and invested some of the money. Don't you forget where you came from. Don't forget to thank God in advance. Thank God for what he's done, and thank God for what he's currently doing. So if you are in a high space where everything is working together for your good and you feel really good about your life, don't you forget where God brought you from. Stay the course, people. Stay the course. I'll see y'all